Good evening and welcome to VicMania Thursday Night Racing. Right now we are at Bathurst for two 35-minute races. Here are the quality results. Just noting the second race is a reverse grid of the finishing positions of the first race. So, lights out and away we go. Robbins was a quick starter, taking full advantage of Macmillan's error. The third lap had massive contact for Skinny Luke as Joslin hit the wall and rebounded off, and Skinny Luke had nowhere to go.
So how can you see what your life is worth, or where your value lies? You can never see through the eyes of man. You must look at your life through heaven's eyes.
Phil Hamilton was well into the 290 kilometers an hour, pushing 294 by the end of Conrod. However, this proved too much for him as he overcooked the brakes and lost a couple of positions. Hamilton pitted early and quite quickly was right on the back of Jared Ing, taking the position with a 13 km an hour advantage down Conrod. Will Pay pitted and Hamilton came out right behind him, however got the job done straight away. Seemed like I was the only one having any action, but apparently not. Here's a little battle between Ing, Macmillan, and later on a little bit of Icarus. So, Vinny won this one, and I'll show the race results in a sec. A reverse grid always produces something interesting, and this was no exception. Lights out, and away Skinny Luke goes. An attempted move by Vinny on Jack didn't quite pay off. Lap 3 and the Hornets were swarming Robbins, who had had a pretty decent start. Contact was made between Tunks and Joslin going into the chase. Turns out Joslin is a civil engineer and did a close inspection of the concrete at the SEs. Hamilton had made a meal of his pit stop and had lost a position behind Jared Ing. Now he was fighting to regain it. Robbins' pit stop brought him out just behind McMillan. Vinny had a shunt and found himself facing the wrong way at the SEs. Late in the race and right in the curb at Griffin's Bend saw Wolfer have a bit of a shunt with Llama. Jack Tunks and Joslin were having the battle of a lifetime late in the race. This was, however, letting Hamilton creep up on them. McMillan put his car around on the end of the penultimate lap. Skinny Luke won the race, but I'm going to sit back and let you watch this battle and enjoy. Cool. So that's about it. I'll get to round 5 when I get to round 5. Let's go have a beer.